And we will do that. Okay, and then share my desktop. Okay, all right. Oh, there we go. And welcome, Dawn. Thank you. Today, this is C-Suite Leadership Edge session with key CEOs that we like to showcase across the organization. And as you know, C-Suite is all about fostering executive level relationships for women across industries, really around business development, brand acceleration, and creating those relationships that you're helping each other, working with each other, and expanding your career path. We do have executive search, and if you're interested in hosting and having us help you with your search for executives, please let us know. Happy to do that. And we want to thank our sponsors as always, because we can't do any of this without our sponsors and our philanthropic partners as well, Red Rover, Maryvale, and Bloom again. Today, we're very blessed to have Dawn Patton with us. She is founder and CEO of Try My Tea LLC, a Los Angeles-based cold brew iced tea company rooted in a cherished family recipe, and I've had it myself, and it's fabulous. Originally launched in 2016 by her daughter Dara as a way to help fund her college education. Try My Tea has since grown into a mission-driven beverage brand focused on wellness and balance. In 2024, drawing from experience, fewer than 1% of minority women beverage manufacturers in the US, that's Dawn. She also founded Let a Girl Play, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to leveling the playing field for women in industries and activities where they have historically been excluded. Through this initiative, she works to engage industry leaders, close gender gaps, and create meaningful opportunities for women at whole. So thank you for that, Dawn. We also are very blessed to have Georgia Zachary with us today. Georgia has been a founding member with C-Suite and has been on various committees and advisory boards with us and is leading the LA chapter. She's also CEO of GMJ Enterprise and a board member at Exposition Park and the California Science Center. She's a 27-year-old executive in AT&T. She also has 25 years in real estate development, and she also launched Good Vibes, Women's Business Roundtable in 2020 to support women's small businesses, and sits on many different boards and has her hands in many different organizations. So welcome, both of you. And I will turn this over to you, Georgia. And anything I didn't expand upon that you want to, please feel free. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beth. We appreciate you and all that you and Diane do for us. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Hello, Dawn.
Oh, she's on mute.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How's everybody doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, good, good. I'm still here today.
That's good.
The other thing is, where are you? Are you local? Are you traveling? Are you, because you know I can't keep up.
Right now, I am stable. I am
Okay,
local.
good.
I'm in the office right now, and then I have some extensive travel over the next couple months. But yeah, so yeah, we're here and I'm here, and it's good to be stable for 1 minute.
Exactly. I know the feeling. So a few questions. So we know that you are fabulous and an amazing person, and one of the leaders that I always reach out to for guidance, support, help, whatever I need, you always seem to find and have the answer. So I want to first say thank you for that. And I don't know if I'm jealous or don't want to share you, but I'm willing to. So a few things. What inspired you to take over Try My Tea from your daughter, Daria?
I wasn't inspired. The truth is, when you have a millennial child today, what they do is they don't care too much about money. It's about happiness, right? And as an art student, when she graduated, this was only a means for her to make extra money while she was in school to get out of our pocketbook.
Mm-hmm.
And when she graduated, and when Try My Tea was gaining momentum as she was selling it and saying, "Will you try my tea? Will you try my tea?" She said, "Mom, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. This was a means to make money. Now I just want to travel around the world and be an artist. So, as my only child, I literally had a nervous breakdown. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So, I say that to say, after I came to myself, the passion of me seeing the happiness on customers' faces when they drank it, the interaction, the closeness that we and the relationships that we had formed with new people, with consumers, and seeing how the tea was kind of growing. I said, okay, well, let me just pick up where she left off, not thinking anything else but that
Right.
because it was gaining momentum. We had won like a global tea championships in a cup. We had the nerve to enter,
Mhm.
and we placed as we entered in the black black flavored ready to drink, and we came in bronze, which put us in the world tea championships.
Mm.
Didn't have any idea of anything. So I showed up by myself, just crying all the way to Vegas because my daughter had just kind of flown the coop. And we competed, I competed against like 12 industry leaders. And we weren't even thinking about getting in a cup. And it was tasting authentically by all the 30,000 World Tea Expo convention attendees. And
Wow.
they actually voted. It was voted on computer and we won.
Wow.
And
Congratulations. That's
so,
awesome.
yes, and it was so surprising. I was like, oh my gosh, right? And then we entered, I think in 2019, they didn't have in 2018 as a cold brew category in the Global Tea Championships. We got a silver, which put us again in the World Tea Championships. And so we entered in the ready to drink, because they
Mhm.
have black tea, green tea, Chinese tea, all these different tea categories.
Categories.
So
Mhm.
yeah, and it's really fascinating. And so we were co-brew, entered, they voted, and we won
Wow.
again. And so I was like, okay, well, what do we have here? Right. And
Mhm.
so it's just like it just kind of
Evolved on its
evolved.
own.
It,
Mhm.
it ha- the brand has organically evolved to what it is today.
Mhm. And it's absolutely fab. I love it. So I think if
Thank
people
you.
have not had the opportunity to taste it, I think they will also understand why it's winning all of these awards and why our people are saying like, wow, as soon as they take one taste, it's like you can feel the excitement. Like you see the excitement in their face, but they're feeling it in their mouth. So it's pretty awesome. So I definitely truly enjoy it and appreciate you for seeing the vision and taking that chance in entering yourself, driving by yourself. You didn't have to do all of that, but now you exposed it to so many other people so they can experience what you're experiencing and what we're experiencing. So I think that's really great. So
I
what's
would
your
just want to
long?
say this one thing.
Hmm.
It has truly been an out-of-body experience
Right.
all the way. It's like I'm still here. I'm still standing. You know how you're in an ocean and say a wave takes you and you have no
Mhm.
control,
Right.
and then you kind of surrender to it.
Hmm. You have no choice.
And you think you're going to drown, but you
Right.
look up and you're still floating, but you're
Floating.
still you're still going somewhere, right?
Right.
And so that's exactly how I feel about this journey.
Right. Right. And I think what's interesting is that you're allowing doors to open that wouldn't normally open and you're walking through them. You're not backing up like, oh, this is may not be for me, or maybe I should not do this. You're like, okay, this little crack is opening. I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to run with it. So I
Mhm.
love the fact how you have that courage to say, I'm doing this, and you do it because I've seen it
Thank you.
firsthand. So I do know that, there's been challenges, but you've stepped up to the plate tenfold and have really taken the opportunity to get your product out there. So I do appreciate that. So with that, what are some of your long-term visions for Try My Tea? Like what is something that you see? Like are there markets you're looking for? Are there, where are you trying to go?
So, I don't know if too many people know about Try My Tea. I don't think I think we've introduced it properly, but it is a cold brew iced tea, and we say it's wellness powered by plants. And because we use live herbs and you can taste it, it's almost like a fine alcoholic spirit without the alcohol. And so it's very savory and it's very clean, it's very smooth, it doesn't have any aftertaste. It gives you happiness. We say there's happiness in a bottle, right? Perfectly pairs with sunshine. There's no taste like home. And it reflects all of those things. And it reflects, it's a mood elevator. It's a happy memory stimulator. And we believe that today, especially today when we're living in such a stressful society, no other ready to drink iced tea ever has addressed the mental health or the mental wellness or the mental elevation of the consumer. And I believe organically, we have just kind of walked into it because this is what it's always done. And I think the timing of our positioning and being different is now. It's kind of evolved into this, which has made it strong. So, with that being said, um, that's a great question. I would love to be able to sell in 5 to 6 years, but something tells me that I'm not. And that it will probably be a private company. But we see an opportunity right now, just like I said, to address the whole mental elevation and de-stressor, with our tea being all natural, no refined sugar, a family recipe, connecting with our consumers. We're like a real brand. We touch people. And I believe that there's going to be a movement where people want to be well. They want to have something every single day that makes them feel better. People drink coffee in the mornings, right? Because they want that woo, right?
Right.
But you need try my tea in the afternoon because it's the lowest caffeine, but it gives you an elevated boost of clarity and energy, and it helps you go through that day with clarity and calm. And so we believe that is we're going to push that and create a movement around wellness, forever and ever, amen, right? We don't believe in going to a lot of flavors. You know how people have 8 SKUs and hibiscus, strawberry, and blueberry, sun chip or whatever the case may be. And if you notice that the number one and number two drinks that are sold are the basic ones like water,
Right. Right.
black tea, unsweetened tea, right? Or green tea.
Right.
Because these are things that you can drink every single
Every day.
day, right? You will
Right.
only pick up the hibiscus strawberry maybe
When you
once
feel like it.
right? Just to
That's a
just to try it.
taste.
But that
Right.
is not going to be your everyday. So we are not a flavor of the day. We are a household. We are flavor to stay because we have an original, a light, a sweet basil, a rosemary, and we're going to introduce lemongrass. These are all live herbs and they're just at the tip of of the end. They're not overwhelming and overpowering. So you kind of how you have a nice
Soothing.
Cabernet or a
Right.
nice Pinot and you kind of savor the flavor. This is how this is. And it's a basic black, it's not a, it's a black tea.
Right.
And so we're actually going into Costco, as you know, probably. Costco asked us to go in 3 years in a row. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We're underfunded. I would never think about Costco, right? You're trying to put me out the game. I'm trying to stay, one head to stay
Like,
ahead
wait
of
a
the
minute.
pallets here, right?
Right.
And so we actually we're in Whole Foods and Sprouts 97 stores and 57 stores for 4 years. And we actually lost them. And we lost them recently, Whole Foods, because of our plastic, and we couldn't get our glass in time. And then Sprouts is just kind of like a wonky store, right? It's like they had us all the way in the back and whatever. But these things happen, and I can be transparent about it.
Right.
But you come back, and you come
Right.
back stronger.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the open door. So we have a lot of food service. We're in the NFL, American Express. We're getting into Snapchat, Google, LinkedIn. So we just kind of want to build it. We just want to grow our footprint everywhere. Cafes, certain retailers, natural grocery. We hope to go national in Costco in 3 years. We are the first and only ever cold brew iced tea that Costco has ever had.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Ever had.
Okay.
Also, I am the only African American ever woman ready to drink iced tea that's ever been in Costco in its history.
Mm.
I feel proud of that. They have made a commitment not to bring in any more teas either,
Wow.
any iced teas to give us an opportunity to
To
win,
grow. Right.
to grow
Absolutely.
and to win. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I'm very thankful. So, you know what? I just let that wave take me.
Right.
I just
Right.
let the wave take me. I mean, we have a strategy, we're positioned, we have a strategy, we're focused and everything, but we've had some unique opportunities that have been presented to us. I'm trying to get into the Olympics right now, into the World Cup. We were the T of the T for the US Open.
Mm.
Um, and I just walk into it. I ask, and if you say no, that means not yet to me. That doesn't
Right.
mean no. That
Not
means
yet.
not yet, right?
Right. Right.
So anyway, so that's where we are right now, and that's how I see ourselves kind of growing
Well,
out.
and I love how you use your leadership to really make sure you not only you win, but your team wins. So when you said, I took a minute and paused at Costco, most people would say, Costco, oh yeah, I'm going ahead. That's money. I'm going to make it. Let me just go ahead and get in, and whatever it takes to get there, I will be there. You told Costco to wait. So most people would not do that. So I appreciate your leadership in that, but not only for you, but also for your team. You're like, you said, we're not ready. You didn't say, I'm not ready. You said, we're not ready. So that's awesome to me. I appreciate how you take the time to really think things through and make sure that everyone is okay. So I love the fact that you do that. So you've won quite a few awards, Miss Lady. People Choice Award. You've won the Global Tea Championship. Um, how have those recognitions and award really made you feel, or you benefit from those? What is those? How have those made you feel?
Just think that it's created awareness to
Mm,
something that wasn't,
right.
right? And just like a good movie, you're only as good as your next movie, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, and I'm very, very conscious of that. That's why we keep it, that helped us to bring awareness to our brand, but I can't attribute it to the success of the brand. I believe that it has taken, I say our customers are our reason for being, and I mean that wholeheartedly,
Mm-hmm.
wholeheartedly. I love my customers
Mm-hmm.
100%. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought because I was thinking about too many
The
things.
awards, the awards. So, like,
Yeah, the
what are
awards.
some
So
things?
anyway, so I believe that my okay, so that those are great, awards. But I've got personal awards,
Mm-hmm.
right? Personal achievements, like we're the first non-sponsored beverage in history to ever be sold in a sports stadium
Mm-hmm.
because of Coca-Cola and Pepsi having all the hydration contracts.
Right.
We've gotten into doors that nobody else has been able to get into with big funds, with
Mm-hmm.
being overfunded. We've done a lot with so little.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look at those personal things as awards, as awards that I share with my team, and Georgia has worked with us, in the trenches, and I
Having fun.
value the culture of, relationships with the people that work with us.
Mm-hmm.
Either they work with us now, they work with us then, but I'm just saying I'm really about a people, and the people are rewarded as well. So
Mm-hmm.
this is actually a team effort. Our awards are a team effort. It's not just Dawn Patton. It's everybody. It's everybody that's bought a bottle, right? That's everybody that has said nice things. That everybody has stopped by to see us. For me, those are bigger awards.
Right. I agree. I agree. So what makes Try My Tea distinct in a competitive market? I mean, there's so many different choices out there. What makes you or Try My Tea stand out?
Okay, so since you've tasted it, Georgia, and since Beth has tasted it, and anybody has tasted it, see, I can't answer that question,
Mm,
right? Because it doesn't matter what I think. I can talk to you till I'm blue in the face, but guess what? You know what you want,
right.
right? The consumer knows what they want. And so if certain things that are important to them, like sugar or, stuff like that, we can answer those questions. But when you taste it, you own it.
Mm-hmm.
You
So I'll
have
share my
your own
story.
thoughts and your own
Okay,
story
go
about
ahead,
it.
Georgia, and I can share mine.
Right.
Okay. Go
I'll
ahead,
share my
Beth.
story.
Share yours.
Right. Well, so Don, I first said basil. I said, I do not like basil. It's just too overpowering for me. I'm like, yuck. Why would you put that in iced tea? Blah, blah. So that was my first say. And Don was like, just try it. Guess what my favorite is now? So it's like when you taste it, it's not um something that you say, oh my God, what is this taste or what is this flavor? It's so smooth and subtle, but a taste that you're like, oh my goodness, you crave more. So it's one of those where it's so refreshing and just a different taste. It doesn't have that aftertaste to it. And I think and I don't like sugar like that. So I was like, I'm reading, I'm looking at everything, I'm checking out the bottle. I'm like, oh, do I want to try this? And I've been hooked ever since. So I think it's one of those things where we always have this preconceived notion in our head, like, oh, basil or rosemary and iced tea. And then we're kind of like, oh, no, put it in another corner or a box, like, oh, I don't want, that's not for me. But just to try it. And I love the name. It's like, just try my tea. And I think the taste sells itself.
Yeah. No, I was
Thank
just gonna
you.
say, so I actually talked her to giving me a bottle. Oh, I know where we were. We were at the LA event. And so I brought it home and I was surprised, number one, it was in glass. Like a glass Coca-Cola bottle or whatever. I hadn't seen that in a while. And it just had a very nice, smooth, refreshing flavor. So if you haven't tried it and it's in Costco, I suggest you do try it because I really enjoyed it. And I've tried a lot of iced tea because I don't drink coffee. And so I just really, really enjoyed it. So thank you for that, Dawn.
Mhm.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask a question. When you drank it for the very first time and you sipped it, what was your first reaction?
I was
Oh, I
actually
said, oh,
surprised.
yeah, I said, this is really good.
Mhm.
And Dawn's like,
I was like,
great, great.
I was like,
It's
So I
very
had to take a
tasty. I
step
buy it
back.
again.
Right, right. Same thing.
So maybe we should go through the leadership and female empowerment, Georgia.
Sure. So as a woman of color in the beverage industry, what leadership challenges have you faced? And what key moments have you shaped your path for?
Well, I think from a leadership standpoint, I'm the leader of my own,
You're in your own lane.
of my own world because I
Right.
don't know too many other people, right?
Right.
And so, and female founders as a whole in the beverage industry, we don't get together, we don't talk, we don't halfway know who we are, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I believe that we have a unique opportunity, each one of us that are female founders and minority founders, to carve that path for ourselves, to write our own story.
Right.
It's her story,
Right.
right? And so each and every day that I go through the journey, I'm writing my own story. I'm
Mm-hmm.
setting an example for other people outside of the business, right? They see me, whatever they can glean from the experience. I said, don't get me at the destination. You got to get me at my journey.
That's right.
Because everybody wants to see you when you're really successful and everything. But I believe that when I speak and I talk, people are being so helped.
Mm-hmm.
When I talk to leaders about the journey, because people think that they're by themselves.
Right.
No,
Right.
you're not by yourselves. Just go ahead and put your fire extinguishers on your hip. Carry
Get
them at
ready.
all time,
Get ready.
right? Get ready.
Right.
Because I
And
have two
utilize
fire
C-suite.
extinguishers on my hips every day. I've learned that as a
Right.
leader.
Right.
Because the minute you breathe and think you have a sigh of relief, then another forest fire comes, right?
Mhm.
And
That's
then you have to get out that and you have to learn how to work that fire extinguisher and put it out right away and keep it moving.
Before the next one comes.
Until the next ember
Before the
starts
next one
going.
comes. Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
And I think that's why it's important to utilize organizations like C-Suite, because they provide these platforms, because so many people are in their own silos that they're not thinking of other people are going through the same things that I'm going through or you're going through. And I think it's important to really share your story and continue to share your story, because it has been challenging and people need to hear that. So you founded an organization called Let a Girl Play. So let's kind of talk about that and really understand your mindset behind that and the reasoning for you creating that and how that can help and support other women.
It's so fun. It's a funny story, I promise you. Remember when the Super Bowl was in LA a few years ago, and they were like, "Oh, this money is going out to all of these small businesses in LA, and they can capture it and everything." Of course, me, I'm like, "Okay, I'm like the go-getter. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get some of this money, right? I need it. I need it. It'll build my brand." No one would touch me.
Mm-hmm.
None of the NFL, none of the money. They're like, "Oh, you know what, Don? We can't because you're a beverage. And so we can't even outside because of Coca-Cola or Pepsi has a contract. We just can't even do it." And it was so disheartening for me. And I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" It was really hard. And
Mm-hmm.
no one, I mean, all this money, I don't care who I call. It's like, Don, we can't. We just can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I found, and I'm really good for this as a former investigative reporter, found some of the highest ranked people on LinkedIn in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And I inbox them. Half the people don't inbox you back. But
Right.
I'm just not, a LinkedIn girl, right? When I get, whatever. And two people, I was like, no, 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 I'm here and I'm America, I'm LA's darling T, and I'm a woman and whatever the case may be. And I'm here and I'm there and I'm hopeful and I'm here. And I can't get a contract. I can't get one part of this money. This is not fair. I promised
Mm-hmm.
you. They inbox me. They're like, both of them, they're like, let's set up a meeting. I was like, wow.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, and they're like, and they're both women. And
Mm.
so they said, can we set up a Zoom call? So I said, okay. And I'm like, wow, that happened very quick. And I'm like, you know what? This is what's happened to me. And I've gone through the organizations that, those LAEDC and all this other kind of stuff. That's a joke, okay? But I'm just
Mhm.
saying, right? Anyway, I went through all of that, got certified, I did all of this, and they said that I couldn't get like $50 worth of a
Not,
contract.
not
And
one.
I said, can't you just let a girl play?
Mm.
And so I was like, wow. And they're like, okay. And they're like, okay, Don, look. And that was, years ago. They said, we don't want you to go through them. Okay. What we can do is give you a contract from the NFL, make you a vendor, and you can provide iced tea for all of the staff and all of our parties outside the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said, I welcome that opportunity. It wasn't a big contract, but guess what?
It's
My
a
foot was in
contract.
the door,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was proud to do that. I put my Let a Girl Play. I had already started. I was like, okay, do, 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 do. And I put the Let a Girl Play stickers on top of the tops. I had them on the
Mm-hmm.
tops of of all the tea that we served, that we gave.
Right.
And that's how I felt very lonely. I felt very isolated because Coca-Cola and Pepsi have been thorns in our side.
Mm.
I don't care if I'm not making any money and I'm selling on the street, they will not let me in. Right.
Right.
And so I felt horrible. And I said, and then with the industry being like it is, with all males, all white males and everything, and going to beverage conferences for the first 6 years and no one talked to me. No one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No
Mm-hmm.
one.
No one.
Okay. So all of that, and I'm like, okay, so all of that kind of, and I said, I'm going to do a foundation called Let a Girl Play. And then I started thinking about it and I said, leveling the playing fields and enterprises and activities where women are unfairly excluded and
Mm.
underrepresented. No matter what industry, what activity,
You're
there is
always here.
so much disparity for women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are women that want to play in certain industries that can't play
Mm-hmm.
because
And
they're
should be able to.
dominated
Right.
by the old boy network.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm hoping to do in my lifetime, I'm not going to give workshops. I'm not going to do field goods. I'm going to get the most powerful board I could ever get, and people that know people that pull those strings at the top, that
Mhm.
run those and rule those industries, right?
Mhm.
Do reports and do assessments of their organization, the jobs, the disparities, and everything.
Mhm.
Find women already that are able to, right?
Capable, fully capable.
Capable and qualified.
Right.
Because all guys think about is the bottom line. They
Right.
think about the numbers, right?
Mhm.
They don't think about anything else but the numbers. But if you can get them the numbers, then there's a door open. So
Mhm.
we're hoping to impact industries that way. And I have found that when I talk about Let a Girl Play, and we do Let a Girl Play on our t-shirts, we give like 25 cents for every bottle that's sold back into the organization.
Mhm.
And it's Let a Girl Play. The logo is on the back of our bottle.
Right.
People cry, guys cry. When we talk about Let a Girl Play, they bring their daughters, guys bring their daughters. And can you speak to my daughter? When I'm on speaking engagements, they said I'm here to talk about trauma tea, and it turns into Let a Girl Play. That's me. That's me.
Mhm.
That happened to me. It's like it's so many people can relate to that on all levels,
Mhm.
that it is so important to bridge that gap. And I
Mhm.
know that I'm going to be able to do that. If I may not be able to save the world, but I'm going to put a dent in it.
And that'll be your way of creating new opportunities for women and girls. I mean, just having the logo on there alone is a conversation starter. So I think that helps bring awareness of Let a Girl Play, but also gives you an opportunity to speak to girls and speak to women about what they can and can't do. And I think a lot of times people think like, oh, okay, I'm just in this box. I'm going to stay in this box. That's all I'm going to do. As you know, me and you, we're in different organizations, we're doing different things, we're helping different people, we're supporting, and it's like you're kind of pulled in all these different ways. But the bottom line, at the end of the day, you are who you are and what you do because of why and how that you do things. And I think it's really important when you say let a girl play, that you really provide those opportunities because I've seen you do it. So talk to that a little bit about like, some opportunities that you think that people or can, have. Like what are some opportunities that you would
So
like
the
to
way that we impact is not like a lot of other nonprofit foundations. Okay.
Mhm.
So just like I said before, our idea is, say, going to an industry. It may be climate change, it may be ocean, whatever, whoever rules those industries, right? Have a team to go in and take a very big assessment of that particular organization or the topic as a whole, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And say, and take do an investigation, a research on the whole culture of the company,
Mhm.
right? What kind of jobs there are, what makes them tick, what makes them grow. And I learned this from a friend of mine that was hired by the Rockefellers
Mhm.
for his nonprofit. And I'm going to use that same methodology.
Okay.
So basically, you have funds of people that invest in certain kinds of industries.
Mhm.
Their goal is to make money. My bottom line is to help you make money. But the way you're going to do that is that you're going to open the doors and you're going to let people in that's going to
Mhm.
help as a team do that. I'm
Right.
not going in there with the feel good with the women, I'm not doing all that. I'm speaking your language, okay?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to show you that by doing this with your company, it's going to improve profit. It's
Mhm.
going to better the culture. It's going to do, and guess what? Your stock goes up.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a
You're
win.
you're you're a better company for it.
Right. Right.
So we look at those disparities and we say we have women, and there's not enough women, but we have really great women that really want to get into this industry.
Mhm.
And so um
So
and
you create that opportunity,
I
but you
create
back
the
it with data.
opportunity
You back
where
it with
there
data.
is where there's disconnects.
Yes. Yes.
We create that opportunity to get really, really good women in those spaces that probably have never ever been in those spaces before.
Right. Right.
So
Amazing.
they become pioneers, right? And
Right.
then with leaders, women leaders at the top of
Mhm.
those chains, we
Mhm.
engage them too.
Right.
We bring them to the forefront and we bring them to the table.
Right.
And we talk about some of their challenges, even though at that level they don't do that in spaces, right?
Mhm.
But we talk to them about what is the best method or how could we achieve this, right?
Mhm.
But and this is our goal and our mission. And hopefully they will help us or assist
Mhm.
us or give us tools and resources to help us move the
Yeah.
needle.
Okay. So with that, how do you define success beyond the bottom line? Like, what are some things how do you define success?
You know, success to me is doing something that you've never done before and you've accomplished it.
Mhm.
And that could be day to day. You know, I know that I'm going to make gazillions of dollars, but that doesn't drive me. You know, I make money, money doesn't make me, because that's
Mhm.
not the reason that I'm doing that, right? I just
Mhm.
want to be the best that the world has ever seen, and the money will follow.
Mhm.
I would like to be able to, in terms of success, I don't know. I just think that my family and just for me, you know, just getting up every day and being in the game and being able to empower people and just to be honest with you, that really drives me. And when I'm helping, when I'm being better and I'm making a dent or making anything better or helping, that's success to me.
Mhm.
But
Amazing.
on the money trail, I want to sell bigger than Poppy at
Right.
$5.4 billion. That's like,
Right.
now that's super success to me. I mean,
That's your
that's like
motivation. Your motivation.
my ultimate, I mean, in terms of, because I'm competitive, right? I'm
Right.
competitive. And
Mhm.
so it's almost like a game, like, let me see if I could do this.
Right. You got this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna keep
I can
going,
do
figure it
this,
out.
right? So
Right.
that's success to me when I said, okay, I'm setting out to do this and I'm going to do that.
Right.
So because I've done it or we've done it, that's success to me. It's
Mhm.
accomplishing some short-term goal or some long-term, and it doesn't have to equate to money.
Right. 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 So, what feedback from your customers have been most meaningful or surprising to you?
How, when they say you have such a great brand, my family loves it, it's so clean, and just makes me feel really good.
Mhm. Mhm.
And and then they're more surprised when they see me and then I'm a female.
Mhm.
And it's like I'm a rock star. I'm like, really? Like what? You know, I mean, they're like, what? Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
oh, I love your story about you and your daughter. Oh my God. And you're here. I never see founders in a store, or I never, oh my gosh, you know, and I'm talking to them and stuff. So they have just given us really great feedback to keep going. And you have a great brand here. And we love it. It's the best tea out there. And we hope that you win. Um, and just giving us really, really great support.
Mhm. I love the fact that you shared that Whole Foods, because your bottles were plastic, you lost that contract, and you've been very transparent about that. But did that change the way you made future decisions, or did
No, no, you know what? It's like this. A whole bunch of people still like plastic. Okay.
Mhm.
California is just like the sugar police, right?
Right.
Right. The sugar police and everything like that.
Right.
Um, and they're still having problems with the glass now. They're still having problems putting away the cans.
Okay.
I am not a pro PET plastic person, but I do think it serves its purpose,
Right. Right.
right? And so, because I am in California and because of the way that things are, I don't use the PET in California.
Okay.
So we're about sustainability and recycle, you know, being recycling
Mhm.
our product because we're in cans. We're going into cans and
Mhm.
we're
Oh,
already in glass. So
right.
we're going into cans in about 5 months
And
from
that'll be
now.
awesome for vending machines. So that will be
Yes,
really
so we're
great.
vending, and
Mhm.
remember the trade show I
Right.
was in Vegas,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
Right.
there's a whole different market. It's food services, cafes, it's corporate offices, it's that they want the cans, right? So
Mhm.
we give those the cans, and then a whole bunch of other people, retailers, they really want the glass. Because I will never put a can of my tea in a Whole Foods. Will not happen.
Right, right, right. Okay, so last question. How is Try My Tea positioned to respond to emerging trends around wellness, natural ingredients, and functional beverages?
Okay, I think that has actually been answered in this in this session.
Mhm.
Um, because I've already said it's a mood elevator. We have 15 antioxidants, natural antioxidants. We have natural juices, peach and lemon and apple, and the live herbs and stuff, and it's all in the recipe.
Mhm.
And with the recipe, a lot of people don't like a whole bunch of caffeine. And tea is full of caffeine. And like if
Right.
you want like that woo, and not, wake up for, to go to sleep for 24 hours, then you do your tea. But there's a market for low caffeine. And just like
Mhm.
I said, when you drink it, if you notice, it gives you a woosah. Like,
Right.
especially if you're stressed, it's like, it takes the edge off, right?
Right. Right.
And so, it just kind of takes and just like I said, wellness powered by plants, right?
Mhm.
Wellness redefined. It gives you an instant reset, right?
Mhm.
So you go like this, and kids love it. Oh my God, kids love it. They're like, oh my kids drank the whole case, right?
Right.
And so
Right.
I love that because kids really love it too. So parents and families could do it for their kids because they're really sugar conscious and they're really caffeine conscious for kids. Kids are already
Mhm.
bouncing off the walls. You don't need extra caffeine to do that.
Right. Right.
So we have a really a target market, an audience. And so I said that that's a functional beverage when it actually enhances your mood. It
Mhm.
makes you feel better.
Mhm. What are some of the emerging trends?
My tea.
Mhm.
Because just like I said, no one is addressing the mental health.
Right.
Nobody is taking some tea to their office and saying, I need a reset, right? And it's
Mhm.
going to help my mind be clear. It's going to
Mhm.
help my body. It's like it's healthy for you, but it's going to address how I feel right now. It takes the stress off. Trust me.
Right.
You don't need ice, put it in the refrigerator. If you're stressed and you have a bad day or you're having a hard day, if you drink one sip, I promise you're like, okay, I
Right.
got this now, right? Somebody comes in there hollering at you and give you a bad day, you're like, okay.
I have something for you. Well, and I think I love the fact, like, especially when I was in the office, 3 o'clock, you see people going to refill their coffee and they're, filling their stuff up with caffeine at 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then they worry why they can't sleep at night. I love the fact that it's light in caffeine, great in flavor, and low in sugar. So it has all the components that will help give you that extra little, oh, I just need something to get me through and get these people off of me and keep my stress down, but it's something that's soothing, that tastes really good, and can also, get you through that. So I love the fact that it has all of those components.
And I hope makes a difference to people when they drink it. Because if they
Mhm.
can drink Arizona iced tea,
Yuck. Is it even tea? No, I'm just kidding. All right. So do we have any questions, Beth, or we can turn it back over to you? Thank
So
you,
I want
Dawn.
to thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Dawn. That was really, really good. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to pause the recording, stop it.